I believe the enemy knows that once you truly understand what you are supposed to do on this earth, your mind is free. Your discerning is more clear and you are more at peace with this journey called life. That is why the enemy tried to sabotage many of us. Some people spend their entire life not knowing who they are or what they are meant to do, and they remain in a state of confusions. But today, God wants to remind us that knowledge is important, and knowing how the enemy works can set you free and break the dead ends of the mind. Because once you see it, you can fight it. And once you fight it, you can win. That is why we must arm ourselves with constant prayer and speak positive words over our lives. So Dr. Myles Munroe said something that really changed how I see destiny and purpose. So listen to this and let me know your thoughts.
Satan is afraid of you pursuing your destiny. So what he does is he sets up distractions to take you off course. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, it's one of the most powerful verses in the Bible. It says, "For he chose you in him before the foundation of the world."
Yeah.
And then it says in verse 11, "He also predestined you according to the plan of him who works out all things according to the purpose of his will." In other words, God has a destination for everybody. It was set before they were born. And that destination was set. That's why I call it a predestination. Pre means before. Destination means the end. So God set your end before he began your life. He said it. Then he says, he predestined you according to the plan of him that works out everything to conform to his will. God has a plan to get you where you're supposed to get to. But you may not follow that plan. Even if you don't follow the plan, oh, by the way, God never tells you the plan, okay? God will show you your vision, but never tell you how you're going to get there. And there's a reason why. Because your vision is a glimpse of your end. Between the end and where you are is called the plan. The plan is the process that takes you to your destination. God will tell you your end, like he showed Joseph. He showed Joseph the throne. He's sitting on the throne, ruling, feeding his brothers. That's the end. God showed you your end. He showed each one of you your end. Everybody got a dream. But he never tells you the plan. Why? Because if he ever told you the plan, you would tell him, forget the destination. Because the plan is to prepare you for the destination.
Right.
So he takes you to all these different changes to develop you. If Joseph knew that he had to go through a pit and prison to get to that throne, he'd tell God, forget the throne.
That's right.
So your plan is secret to God. Right now where you are may not be where you want to be, but it's a part of the plan. If you lost your house or you lost your spouse or a baby died, don't panic. It's all part of the process. God's working on character development, patience development, vision development. He's preparing you for what he has prepared for you. And so you need to appreciate that even your mistakes, he says, he'll conform them to fulfill the purpose. So if you went off course, if you made a mistake, you got pregnant or wedlock, or you maybe backslid, or maybe you never knew the Lord, you did maybe on drugs or in prison, whatever. God's good news is he's going to use all those mistakes and conform them back in to take you to your destination.
And remember, just because you do not understand the process, that does not mean that God has forgotten the promise. So stay blessed and God bless you. Bye-bye.